So when you're ready, let me know.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining URL, and our guests today are Humana. It's Chris and Valentina. We are so lucky that we're going to be going over the Medicare Advantage platform and then also the Medicare Supplement. So all the products today in Pennsylvania. I know we are nationwide, so if you are an agent in another state, just go ahead and reach out to us, and we will make sure that you get the plan documents for the area that you're selling in. But just to walk you around your screen a little bit, on the full right side bottom, there should be a blue chat button. Go ahead and push on that and it will open up a chat box. There's a few tabs at the top. Chat public goes to everybody. There is an area there for question and answer. Please put your questions in there so we answer and address them. And then polls, but we don't have any for today. And some handouts or just some links to the URL site. But we are recording this today. You'll be able to watch it at your convenience later on in our training library. And we're so excited to have Chris and Valentina here. So I'll turn it over to you, Chris.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Hampton, and it is a happy Monday. It's great to be in the room with you today. And I am the broker relations manager for Pennsylvania, well, actually Eastern Pennsylvania. So that's, East, Northeast PA, South Central, and the Philadelphia 5-county. But if you have questions about the western side of PA, Erie, PA, I have that as well. I can give you that as well. And I'm also the broker manager for Delaware. So it's an awesome time. If you're not getting my emails, you definitely want to start opening my emails and pressing play. The reason why is because we give you monthly updates on what's going on in the different trainings and how we can partner with you. One of the things that's important to me is partnership. Partnership is important because that means we're doing business together, okay? And when I say partnership is important, one of the main things about partnership that's important is, to me, is communication. Making sure that when you need help, you have a team that's working with you, that's backing you, that will actually pick up the phone and give you answers for your questions. So whether it's a customer service issue, product knowledge issue, or you just want to know how to engage your area differently, I'm that person that you're going to talk to. Also, another resource that you have that's a part of your power team is the broker relationship executive, and his name is Hadim Niang. And he's giving you phone calls. So he's like the phone version of me. I am the live version of me. He's going to be the one that's calling you on the phone. And when he calls you or emails you, you definitely want to pick up the phone and do that. Because again, that partnership connection is there. So we help you more than just giving you information about products. We help you at business planning, client outreach, community engagement, how to retain your business, and using the various tools and that we give you to make business a lot easier. And then when you can't reach us, which is rare, you have the option to also use our agent support line that's there for you as well. Again, the partnership is only as good as you are connected to it. So connect to us, relieve me, free me from your spam file, and put a star by my name, because that's how important I am to growing your business. So let's talk about the products that we have and some of the highlights that we're going to talk about today of our Humana products, okay? So things you definitely need to know. Healthy Options Allowance. So what that Healthy Options card is a card that they can use on some of our plans that they can use to pay their rent, utilities, groceries, use it for pest control. They can even use it to put gas in the tank and also, pay other bills as well. So this is usually seen on a D-SNP product, okay? But we now have a product now that's not a D-SNP plan, that's in the Pennsylvania area, that you are able to use this card on, okay? And it's one of our popular plans, and we're going to go over that in a minute, okay? And they do roll over, meaning that what they don't use in that first month, it would roll over into the next month. Multiple of our plans have what we call a flex allowance card. Now, what that flex allowance card does is it's an extra bucket of money. Now, that's what you're going to hear me say a lot today because we like buckets of money in Humana, right? So it's an extra bucket of money that you can use for additional coverage like dental, vision, and hearing. You can only use it for dental, vision, and hearing services. Okay, so that's a new addition to one of our plans as well. Another new addition that most people are not aware of, and here's a pet peeve for me. A lot of times we have brokers, and because you have so many products, you really don't take the time to get to know the plan. And it might not be, and a lot of times we look at the Medicare.gov, and all you get is the MOOP, the premium, what is it? The doctor and the specialist, right? And the hospital fee. That's what most people are looking for. But there are certain things that are on these plans that when you get to know these plans, you find out that there may be a saving grace or another thing that may get their attention other than the premium and the MOOP. Okay? So an example of that is our direct oral anticoagulant program. That's for people that are on medications like Eliquis and Xarelto, the blood thinning medications, right? They're able to get their medication through this program, through our Centerwell pharmacy for free, okay, if they qualify for it. So again, that could be something because the Xarelto and Eliquis, these blood thinner medications are very expensive. COPD program is the same thing. Savings program, again, is these COPD inhalers are expensive, right? This could be something. I've had clients who left Humana come back to Humana because of the COPD savings program, because these inhalers are crazy. And it works like that as well, where you're able to get the COPD inhalers for no cost as well. And it covers them while they're in the coverage gap. See? So again, knowing these plans are very important. Some of our PPOs also have what we call an open network passive plan. Okay, so what does that mean? A PPO plan traditionally allows you to see doctors in and out of the network, right? But when you go outside of the network, you have to pay a copay. Now, I used to sell, so I was in the field doing what you're doing right now. And when I would offer this PPO to a client, and I would say, yes, it gives you the liberty to see doctors in and out of the network, but when you go outside the network, you got to pay a percentage. And your client asks you and says, a percentage of what, right? And you can't give them an answer because it's the percentage of whatever the Medicare allow would be, okay? So, but I would always say, hey, it gives you the ability to see doctors in and out of the network, right? Because you want to end on a positive. Now, you can actually become the superhero of the house with the open network passive plan. And the reason why is it's the same in and out of network. The copays are the same in and out of network. So let's do the math. If you go out of network for an out-of-network PCP and the in-network PCP is 0, what would the out-of-network PCP be? 0, right? So that's that easy, right? That easy. It makes the PPO even now more valuable. All of our plans now also include dental, vision, and hearing on there as well in some form or fashion. Another exciting benefit, excuse my Monday voice, but it's getting a little hoarse already. Another exciting benefit is all of our HMO plans have nationwide travel to it and do not require referrals. Phenomenal benefit. What does that mean? You are no longer limited to the HMO that's in your neighborhood. You're actually able to go outside of your state to see doctors and hospitals outside your state. So it's literally giving your HMO plan more options. Maybe they want to see a best doctor in another state that's in the Humana network. They have the ability to cross state lines and use their HMO plan there too. So again, it gives the HMO more options. And someone asked me the question, well, why do we have the PPO? The HMO can go all over the place. Because you still have to stay within the network. And then we have our Go 365, which is our reward program for rewarding customers for doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, like exercising, going to the doctors, using their Silver Sneakers program. They can get reward points that turn into what they call the gift cards, things like to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, things like that in the course of a year. So again, these are benefits that are in the plan that would not show up on your Medicare.gov rollout unless you go into the summary of benefits and actually know the plan. So I encourage you today to get a chance to know the plans. Here are D-SNPs. All of our prescriptions are zero on the D-SNP plans.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
There's actually a question in the chat here. Somebody was asking, how do they qualify for the DOAC or COPD program?
Great. So those are plans that you cannot present during the presentation. So when you take my sales training class called Present to Win, we talk about the follow-up call that you want to do. You want to give them that information on the follow-up call. And there's an actual phone number that we give to them that they can actually go and apply for that to see if they qualify. Also, we also have a team that's when they sign that permission to contact form. That's why that pharmacy consent form is important, is because it triggers a bunch of other things that are happening. So we're able to see now that they're on that medication, and someone will outreach to them and let them know about the program too. But again, we're seeing that plan a lot is turning heads when people know. So when you look at their medication and you see that, make a side note and tell them there's an important benefit that we need to share with you afterwards. Just can't do it in the initial presentation. All right, so I have the big screen on, so any chat questions, continue to do like you just did for me, Christy. Thanks. So let's actually go into the plans. We're right on time. So we have a lot of plans, and what I would like to do is just circle some of our, I would say, the main plans that you can have in your pocket, okay? Number one, the plan that's growing across the state right now is the leading plan throughout Pennsylvania is our 017 plan, okay? It is an open access PPO plan, like we said before, so in and out of network is the same. It's $26 for the premium. Now, let me go over this point here. It's a very important point. Brokers, now some of our brokers may be brand new. And what we do is we look at premium and say, okay, my clients don't want to pay a premium. Don't do that. Don't make that decision for them. A lot of times people think that the zero premium plans are the hero, but what I used to say is zero doesn't necessarily mean it's the hero. Why? Because a zero premium plan normally has higher copays in it, okay? So one way or the other, the insurance company is going to make it. If they have a zero premium, it's very rare that you're going to see the lower cost going into the plan, okay? So explain to them the benefits and the features of this plan and why this plan would stick out and is still number one plan in the state of Pennsylvania, all right? Number two, this plan has a $26 premium, but if you have LIS, low income subsidy, it goes down to as low as zero for the premium as well. So this has been one of our popular plans again throughout the state. The PCP is zero. The specialist fee is the lowest specialist fee in the state that I've seen so far, $15, okay? Lower specialist fee, $15, okay? And remember, it's open access, so that's in and out of the network. That's going to be $15, okay? No referrals are required for any of our plans, okay? Another thing that makes this plan strong is the $325 per admission hospital fee. Okay, so as you see with the plan next to it, they can go anywhere from between $295 to $316 per day, and you add that up times 8, that's what you would get with that other plan. This plan is $325 per admission. This is another thing that's turning heads for people, okay? And that's both in and out of the hospital. If someone has behavioral health problems, it's still $325 per admission. The maximum out-of-pocket for this is $6,300, both in and out of the network. What that means is it's $6,300 in and out of the network. Sometimes when you go out of the network, the out-of-network changes. This is $6,300 whether you're in or out of network. Some additions that we've had in our RX plan is one, we've added erectile dysfunction, anti-obesity medications, and RX vitamins into the formulary. So now they're able to get like things like their vitamin D they would normally have to use their over-the-counter card for. And now they don't have to do that. They can get that and get a prescription for it and get it for a zero premium because it's a generic that they would get for their vitamin D. Okay. Our generic is our preferred generic is $0. Our generic is $0. The brand name drug is $47. The non-preferred is $100 and it's 33% for that tier 5 level medication that's available. Okay. So when we look at our dental for this plan, it's $250. It's $3,000 bucket of money again. There's that bucket of money principle that we use for dental. So it's a $3,000 bucket of money. What does that mean? They have a total of $3,000 that they can use for their plan. That when they go in for their dental treatment, as long as it doesn't go over $3,000 for that year, they pay $0. And it's based off of a PPO network. So they can see doctors in and out of the network with this plan as well. Our vision plan, we give them $250 for their glasses. I did not realize that hearing aids were so expensive, but hearing aids can go anywhere between $1,200 to about $6,000 per ear, right? They're able to pay a copay of $199 for an advanced level and $499 for a premium level hearing aid. And it's $199 per ear. The COPD, the savings plan, the DOAC is on here. This plan, as I was sharing about the healthy options benefit, remember I told you about the bucket of money? Well, this plan has that bucket of money that they can use, kind of like how the D-SNPs have that healthy food card. The D-SNPs get more money, but it works on that same principle, but now it's on a non-D-SNP plan. So they get $40 that they can spend for groceries. They can use that to pay a utility bill, phone bill, put gas in their car, okay, for that plan on this particular plan, all right? And that money rolls over. Now, they do have to have a medical criteria to get that plan. So it's not based off of their income. It's based off of their medical condition. And when you fill out your HRA, what happens is you're able to the HRA asks the health questions that are on there. If they trigger those health questions, they'll end up qualifying for the $40. I'm going to tell you right now from my experience is that about 80% of the people that apply for it get it, okay? I would qualify for it. It says that, I have high blood pressure, so I would qualify for that. Everybody's considered obese right now. I would qualify for that, right? So, memory, different, there's a whole bunch of, the bar is set low, okay? And then we also have the transportation, the $50 per quarter for the over-the-counter and the transportation that's on this plan as well. So again, to kind of hammer in my point, I would circle this plan, again, to have under as one of your leading plans if you're going to represent an open Humana, because again, people do love that plan. Now, the 060 plan is probably the plan that you'll see pop up in your Medicare.gov if you're looking for that zero premium principle, right? Because it's going to pop up, but when you compare the two, it really doesn't make a difference. You know who normally sells the 060 would be people that are on call centers, because again, call centers are looking for the least past the resistance. So they're going to sell that because they don't want to explain what we just explained. Take the time to explain that premium difference, and your client is going to love the plan when you explain it to them. So circle that. For the sake of time, I'm only going to go for the main plans because we have a lot. So the 017 is popular. The next plan, I think that's an awesome opportunity, is our private fee-for-service plan. We have resurrected the private fee-for-service plan. I'm excited about this plan because we kind of position this as our MedSup lookalike. And then we do it in a way that it's not to replace that, but you might have some people that are on your MedSup side that are paying premiums on the higher end. So as they start to get older, those premiums start to get out of control. What I mean, I have people that are paying $300 and $400 a month, and they're a couple, right? So that's $800 a month that they're paying for their premium for their Med Sup plan. This plan kind of gives them that security. What it does, it gives them the blend of being able to want a $75 premium, so their premium is going to feel better. They pay zero for the doctor, zero for the specialist, and zero for the hospital on this plan. It has a $1,500 maximum out of pocket, both in and out of network. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, that maximum out of pocket, again, when you do the math, it makes a difference, right? There's no prescription drug on this plan, but you can now sell a prescription drug plan with that private fee-for-service plan. Okay, so that's powerful because it ends up being another sale for you, or they can stay with the prescription drug plan that they have, right? That's another option. Okay. On top of that, it still has dental, vision, and hearing benefits on it, and that over-the-counter $45 per quarter, and a basic dental that's on there as well. But you also can increase and add a dental to that with the optional supplemental benefits that are available. We are seeing gradual growth in the ROI time for this, not necessarily during AEP time, but during the ROI, we're seeing growth in this product. Another popular plan that we have is our Honor Plan, okay? Now, our Honor Plans are marketed towards veteran, but you do not have to be a veteran to do. In the state of Pennsylvania, this is one of our plans that's really picking up a lot of territory amongst the veterans. Why? Because veterans have credible coverage, okay? What does that mean, credible coverage? They already have insurance, they already have the medical side, and they already have a prescription plan. So the number one growing plan is this 221 plan. Why? Because it gives them $100 back on their give back. Okay? Still gives them the extra coverage that if they want to see a doctor or a PCP or a specialist outside of the VA, they can. But as I shared with you, the VA is not the veterans are not the only ones that can benefit from that 221 plan. Okay? Another one that would benefit from that 221 plan is someone who never bought a prescription drug plan in their life, and they got a penalty, and they're pissed off at you because you're a reminder of the mistake that they never did over all those years. But because this does not have a prescription drug plan to it, they don't have to worry about that penalty, and you're giving them $100 back. Okay, so it does have dental on there again, so it gives them all that benefit. And it gives them the dental benefits and the other benefits as well. Over the quarter, $150 per quarter for the over-the-counter. And then we have that 24 one-way trip. Then we opened up and we actually gave the opportunity for a give back honor plan that actually has a prescription drug plan to it. So they already have prescriptions, but if you run into a situation where the VA is not covering a prescription, you can use this as an option for them, and they get $50 back instead of $100 back. Okay, and they get a $3,000 dental in there as well. Pretty much everything else is the same. For the sake of time, we're going to talk about the give back plan. So we do have an $80 give back. And what makes the difference on that plan is a $500 deductible on prescriptions, but it's only for tier 3, 4, and 5. So just a review, the main ones I would put under your cover is 017, the 163, and the 221 to put that into your pocket. As I said before, we do have an HMO plan, and our HMO plans are based on regions. So depending on where you are in the state, our HMOs are still a good bet. Now, most people used to say when I first got here 3 years ago, I don't deal with Humana because of the network. And what I realized was they were not looking at our network as the present network. Our network presently is pretty strong across the state. When you look at it, it's almost Humana green with an exception of a few areas. So definitely take the time to look at the network again. Our HMO plan here in the Philadelphia area is 0 premium. The PCP is 0, $25 for the specialist. This is the first occurrence that you're going to see that $250 flex allowance card that's built into that plan, right? So again, that $250 flex allowance card is for dental, vision, and hearing only. So here's an example. You get $150 for glasses, but my glasses cost $400. That $250 that's left over, I can use that to pay for the rest of my glasses. Okay? And it's pretty much the same for the Northeast territory. But you need to understand that the Philadelphia is the 037. You need to know they're definitely based off of the number. So the 036 is for that Northeast territory, that northern part of PA, South Central. They pretty much mirror. There's not that much changes in between. Now, I do have to do our DSNP. Our DSNP is important because we've added in the Philadelphia area, we've added a PPO DSNP, okay? So we've had a PPO DSNP across the state, but not in the Philadelphia area. But in the Philadelphia area, we have a PPO DSNP. If they are on Medicare and Medicaid, it does not guarantee they will qualify for the DSNP. So you want to make sure that you are verifying their Medicaid status with the Medicare the Medicaid verification tool that's in your Advantage, okay? Because you don't want to give someone this presentation and they find out they don't qualify, okay? So it's a $40 allowance for their annual exam, $350 they can use for their eyewear. They have a healthy food card that's on there, or a healthy option card for $100 a month, okay? And that money rolls over. Dental, they have $4,000. Now, with this dental plan, it also includes implants, and it's the only one in the whole state that allows implants on this plan, okay? So as long as the implants are not going over $4,000, you're fine. And then there's that $250 flex allowance card. They get free hearing aids. Transportation is on here as well, and that's for the greater Philadelphia area. The HMO may give them an additional $50 on their healthy options card, and additional $1,000 for their dental. And remember, even on our DSNP HMO, it gives them the ability for nationwide travel so they can see doctors outside their area. Got a minute to go, and I'm going on track. I'm doing good. Our 227 is our PPO DSNP that's across the state, okay? That's across the state, okay? So, again, it mirrors our HMO DSNP, and you're like, well, why do I do a DSNP HMO versus a DSNP PPO? Again, the DSNP PPO allows them to see doctors that are outside of the network, okay? So, again, the difference with they're getting a little bit more money in their healthy options card as well. And they also get a $500 flex card. So when you look at that dental, it's $5,000, but really it can be $5,500 for dental, because you can apply that towards the dental or apply that $500 to vision or hearing. All right, so that's enough with me. We also have MedSups, and we do have a space for MedSups here. And we want you to look at this with the mindset that you are not just Medicare Advantage, but we are a full service provider. And I would like to introduce and invite to the platform Valentina Cervantes, and she's the head of our when it comes to explaining our MedSup Advantage. Valentina, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh.
Let me get to your screen.
Oh, that was you. Good morning, everyone. I thought I was moving those slides, and I was like, what in the world just happened? Good morning, everyone. My name is Valentina Cervantes. I am the Director of Channel Development for our Medicare Supplement product here at Humana. I do have a national role, so if you are anywhere in the States, you can go ahead and reach out to me or to Chris, and I can definitely help out with the Medicare Supplement product everywhere. Chris, is that you moving slides, or is that me? All right. So today I'm just going to really walk you over what we're going to cover is the opportunity of Medicare supplements. We're also going to cover Humana products, why you should work with Humana, and several IT enhancements that we have done. I am also monitoring the chat as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and read them out. I'm going to come off camera. Otherwise, it looks kind of weird as I'm going through the PowerPoint here. All right, so the first thing I really want to take a moment to really talk about is the opportunity of Medicare supplements. And the biggest reason why is over the last 10 years, we've really seen a shift in the Medicare products out in the Medicare market. When I first started in Medicare, it was a little heavier on Med Sup and then Medicare Advantage. So our market really looked more of a 60-40, with more agents selling Medicare supplements than Medicare Advantage. Again, that was about 10 years ago. Over the last 5 to 6 years, we've really seen a switch in popularity growing in Medicare Advantage plans as the Medicare Advantage plans have been getting, stronger. The benefits have been getting bigger. Just like Chris just explained, you've got food card now, you have dental, you have vision. So we've seen a lot more Medicare eligible members really choose Medicare Advantage over Med Sup. But with that being said, the Med Sup market is still a very strong market to be a part of. As we sit right now, it's about a 70-30. So 70% of Medicare eligibles choose a Medicare Advantage and only 30% choose a Med Sup. But with that being said, even with those kind of numbers, a Medicare supplement product is still generating over $36 billion in premium. Okay, so I want you to kind of think about that. Even though it's 30% of the market, it's still generating a ton of money for carriers, for agents, and for agencies. So if you are not offering Medicare supplements, or if your book of business tends to lean heavily on MA, I want you to really take a look at it and try to figure out how you can diversify your book of business. Another reason why you really want to sell Med Sup is to help stabilize and diversify your book of business. If your book of business is MA only, and let's say that MA is, kind of take a break in 2025, let's say some of the benefits really start to kind of become rocky, you're going to end up spending all of AEP flipping your book of business instead of growing your book of business. When you diversify your book of business with MA and Med Sup, the Med Sup typically does not need to be touched again for a few years. So that really allows you the time and opportunity to grow your book of business instead of constantly having to reservice that. We did do some data pulls in 2024 this year. And so as you can see on this graph right here, about 26% of people that are becoming eligible for Medicare do choose a Medicare supplement. What we ended up doing is we really wanted to ask why. Why are we choosing a Med Sup over an MA? And these are the top 3 reasons, which make perfect sense to me and to any agent that is well-versed in the Med Sup market. The number 1 reason is the ability to use any doctor or hospital. That's really important to our members, right? With a Medicare supplement, our members can use any facility, any specialist, any provider that accepts Medicare assignment. You also don't need an authorization. You don't have to go through a care. If somebody wants to get their knee replaced or their hip replaced, they can actually reach out to their specialist and go ahead and schedule that without having to go through the steps like you would with an MA. They also want all their medical bills paid for. They want to know exactly what their medical is going to cost them every single year, whether it's healthy or not. They feel comfort in knowing and not having to gamble with a pay as you use services. And they also want unrestricted access to specialists. This is huge. We all know. I myself was an agent for a really long time. So we know the difficulty of having to find specialists within network if we have members that are suffering from several different diseases, right? If we are sitting down with members that had 3, 4, 5 specialists, we do start having a harder time finding them in a network. With a Med Sup, we really don't have to worry about that. Again, as long as the doctor is accepting Medicare assignment, they will always accept a Medicare supplement plan. So now let's kind of dig into the Humana products when it comes to Medicare supplement. We do have 2 Humana Medicare supplement products. We have our Achieve product, which is in 25 states. Our Achieve product, it tends to be more competitively priced. Especially in Pennsylvania, we're extremely competitive priced, but it does not have our silver sneaker. So this is really a product for members that want to save more money on their policy and they don't really care about the gym membership. We also do have our Humana Medicare Supplement product, just a regular one, also known as traditional or core. For this product in particular, this is available in all 50 states, and it does have the silver sneakers tied into it. In just a few slides here, we're actually going to go over the extra benefits that come with Medicare Supplement product. So again, we have two products, Humana traditional product available in 50 states, and the Achieve product that does not come with silver sneakers available in 25 states. Depending the state you live in is going to be, what we can do is we can run the rates. You can also use CSG, or if you have an online rating tool to kind of see where we stand. But I can tell you that we are very, very competitive. So let's talk about the differences between the product. One of the biggest differences is going to be geography. Obviously, like I said, Achieve available only in 25 states, where our main product is available in all 50 states. The biggest difference is also the silver sneakers. Silver sneakers is available in our traditional or Humana core plan, but not available in our Achieve. Another difference is pricing and compensation. We do just have a couple different compensations that happens with a different product. And also we have a bonus difference, which we're going to go over just a little bit, and household discounts. I will tell you that most of our products in most states where it's available and where we're allowed to, we do have an enhanced household discount. What that means is that all your member has to do is actually live with somebody over the age of 18 to be eligible for the discount. That is really, really, really big. In Pennsylvania, both our traditional and our Achieve product actually allows you to be eligible for the 12% enhanced household discount. So what makes Humana different? Lots of different things, right? The first thing is that household discount that I was just talking about. The ability to be able for your member to be eligible for that discount while just living with somebody over the age of 18 is very, very huge. Most of the times for different carriers and for different Medicare supplement products, you normally, to qualify for that household discount, you would have to live with somebody who's eligible for Medicare and also on the plan with you. That ability for us to remove that in some states has really grown the popularity of our product. We also have an ACH discount. We do a $2 discount if members use either automatic bank draft or credit card. As far as I know, we're the only carrier out there that actually allows our members to use credit card to pay for their premium. This is extremely important to members, especially members that want to collect the points on their credit cards. We also have competitive premium and stable rate increases. It's really important when you're doing Medicare supplement sales. It's extremely important to partner up with a carrier that has a strong financial background like Humana. The reason why is because carriers do tend to take rate increases every year. How a Medicare supplement book of business actually works is that once a member is on there, we have several thousand of members on our book of business in each state. What we normally tend to do is every year we take a look at all the claims that came in, and then depending on those claims is how much the rate increase has to happen. The bigger the company, the more lives that we cover, the less impact of rate increases to our members. Historically, Humana has always been a single-digit rate increase over the last, up until I just looked at a Excel spreadsheet today that went back to 2018. That's really, really big. As of right now, we are seeing rate increases rise across all carriers, much like we are hearing on the MA side. Utilization has been up ever since COVID, so all the carriers are kind of trying to make up for that loss, and so we are seeing double-digit rate increases depending on states. I will tell you that rate increases are coming out right now for a lot of our competitors. One of our big competitors is actually taking a fairly large double-digit rate increase. We are not, so that makes us even more competitive and more stable in the market. Another reason to do business with us, we do not charge a policy or application fee. When a member is signing up for a Humana Medicare supplement, we actually don't charge a policy fee. So that's a saving of $25 or $30, depending what other carrier you're looking at. We also have real-time underwriting. If you are underwriting a member, you'll be able to know whether or not they pass our underwriting as soon as you submit that application on our online enrollment tools, which I'm going to go over in just a few slides here. And we do have one of the biggest competitive bonus out in the field right now for Medicare Supplement. I'm going to go over that as well. Let's talk about the extra services that are attached to all our Medicare Supplement products. We have Silver Sneakers. Again, Silver Sneakers is not available on the Achieve, but it is available on our traditional and core. The Silver Sneakers gym membership, much like on the MA side, it works exactly the same way. It does come on all our Humana core and traditional plans. We also have Well Dine, much like on the MA, that is available on all our Medicare Supplement products. It delivers meals to our members once they come out of inpatient stay. Really, really great product. We also have discounts. We have a ton of discounts that we offer to our members. There's vision discounts, there's dental discounts, there's discounts on the emergency falling equipment that members can order. There's discounts on Sam's Clubs and retailers, on hearing aids. So there's really a ton of extra services that we offer all our members. We also have our Humana First, which is our nurse advice line. Let's say that your member wants to call in at midnight to kind of ask, whether or not they should go to urgent care or the emergency room. They're going to have availability to our Humana First nurse line 24/7 every single day. All these extra services come for no extra charge to all our members. And now let's just kind of take a moment to talk about our bonus. This bonus is available to our agents. As you can see here in Pennsylvania, we offer $300 for an underwritten Medicare supplement policy, and also for plan and open enrollment applications. Every other open enrollment application would be a $100 bonus. There's no cap to this bonus. You can qualify with just one application, and this is available for applications that are submitted from April until June. All our product is available for you to qualify for this bonus. I will tell you that during the fourth quarter, during AEP, we paid out over $4 million in bonuses to all our agents. It is a fantastic opportunity. The reason why we're running this bonus is because we are a little newer in the market with MedSup, right? We've been around for a really long time, but what we did is about a year and a half ago, we really re-looked at our product and came out with some new enrollment tools and some more competitive pricing. So the bonus is really to ask agents to, hey, give us a try. If you haven't taken a look at us or MedSup in a while, we'd like for you to take a, kind of give us a try and take a look at us. So now we're going to talk about the Humana technology and improvements. We have done so many improvements to our enrollment tools and the tools that we brought in to our Medicare supplement product. Again, we knew that we've always been a very big MA company. Actually, if you look at our book of business within Humana, we sit at 94% MA and only 6% MedSup. Much like I said earlier in the presentation, diversifying your book of business is so important to stabilize your book of business. So about 2 years ago, Humana took a look at our book of business and said, hey, what do we need to do to help grow our Medicare supplement product? So the first thing we had to do was obviously come out with very competitive rates. We didn't come out and just do the whole state across the whole nation, because that would have been a really bad idea. But what we did is we really specifically looked at places where we felt we could really make a change and where we can be competitive, and those are the areas that we became extremely competitive. The other thing we did is we took a look at our technology. We understood that our technology and our tools were a little old and a little back-ended, and that we needed to be able to really redo them so that we could be more up to date with our competitors. So the first thing I'm going to cover is Vantage. All of you are probably really familiar with Vantage, but Vantage is like the Mecca of Humana. This is where we find all Humana related things. When you get on Vantage, right here on the left-hand side, if you wanted to take a look at our Medicare supplement, outline of coverages, packets, our agent guidebook, or our underwriting guide, that is going to be in the bottom of the left-hand side. You'll be able to find anything you need. So let's say that you're writing a Medicare supplement on a Saturday. You can't get a hold of your upline or Chris or myself to answer your question. Your question will most likely be on the MedSup Agent Guidebook. It really has all the answers on guaranteed issue, how to submit applications, on commissions, how to pay. Everything is in there. So I do highly suggest that you download and keep that on your desktop. You'll also find our outline of coverages in the app packet. Let's say that for some reason you can't get online to take an app, an eHub or Fast app, and you have to take a paper app. You'll be able to find that right there on the MedSup outline of coverage and app packet. On Vantage, you also find our sales and marketing and our quote and enroll, which we're going to go over in just a moment. Another thing that's really big on Vantage is going to be your service inquiry. I'm sure that Chris has talked to you guys about it before, but if at any time you have a issue with a claim or a plan, or let's say that you have to fix something on an application, you can do that right on service inquiry without having to actually call into ASU. It's just a quicker return. You normally get an answer within 48 hours. So let's talk about our Marketing Resource Center. On Vantage, we also do have the Marketing Resource Center. This is the area where you can find postcards, emails, social media, flyers, brochures, anything you would need to help market yourself to your community. When I was an agent, I'm going to tell you this, that I had an agency a few years ago in Florida. There's a ton of agents and agencies in Florida. I did a lot of community events. I did farmers markets. I would do library events. Anytime there was a festival, I always set up a table. I had my own agency. It was called Ava Insurance. And as much as I loved my agency and I loved my logo, the only person that actually recognized it was my mother, right? She helped me design it. So whenever I did an event, I always went out and represented it with a large company. Humana spends millions of dollars marketing itself to the Medicare eligibles, right? We are on TV, we're on billboards, we send out letters. That large green Humana name really is a brand recognition. So whenever you're doing an event, if you can market yourself with Humana, all you're doing is co-branding. I will tell you that every time I had a tabletop and I used the Humana tablecloth, I would have so many people come up to me and say, I love Humana. I have Humana. I hate Humana. Whatever it was, it at least started a conversation. When I did tabletops with just my insurance logo, it was kind of confusing as to what services I offered. So I tell you that if you have an opportunity to market yourself as a Medicare resource in your community, co-brand yourself with Humana. We already have a brand, we already have a name, and all these pieces are available to you on the Marketing Resource Center. Our social media pieces are fantastic. You can actually schedule them to be let out onto your social media at specific days, so you don't have to actually keep going in and out to complete those. Let's talk about our enrollment tools. I know I've got about 10 minutes here. Our enrollment tools have grown really well over the last year. We do have the ability to take applications on eHub, which is my favorite place to take apps. The reason why is it's super easy. If you can't mess up on it, and if you do, it's going to prompt you to go back on it. We also do have Fast App. If you do use our enrollment tools, you can start, stop, and save applications. You're going to have access to our real-time underwriting, which is something I mentioned a little earlier. With the real-time underwriting, it's fantastic. You put in, answer all the medical questions. As soon as you hit submit, you get an answer within minutes. You also have access to a cross-selling opportunity. If you're selling a MedSup, it's going to prompt you to look at prescription drug plans and also at dental, vision, and hearing plans as well. And we have a lot of different signature options. You can take a signature by security code, which I'm going to go over in just a slide here. You can do an email signature. You can do a digital signature where the client uses their finger right on your iPad. You can also do a voice signature. It's amazing to be able to have all these options. And the reason why is we all know how crappy it is if you're stuck in a member's house and you can't get a signature. So with all these different options, you really can, make sure you capture that signature and not have to come back. So let's talk about real-time underwriting. Like I said, you fill out the application on eHub. As soon as you hit submit, you're going to get a response within less than 5 minutes. It's normally 2. And these responses are going to either be approved, where your members approved and we're ready to go. It's going to be denied. And if it is denied, I highly suggest that you have your member call into this number right here and find out why. Or it's going to come back as needs review. Needs review just basically means that our team just has to take a deeper look or maybe has some questions about some of the drugs that they're taking. How you're going to get notified about the real-time underwriting is you're going to get notified right through Vantage. If you log into Vantage, you're going to get a banner right over the top of Vantage letting you know whether it's approved, denied, or needs review. Another really great tool that we just came out with is our security code signature. This is amazing. It's only available in our MedSub product. How this works is much like how we get security codes on everything else. You would select it. It'll explain to you how it works. The applicant answers 2 consent questions, and then you put in their cell phone number. It has to be their cell phone number because we're sending out a text message. Once the member receives a text message, it's just like this that you see on my screen right now. They're going to read that 4-digit code back to you. You input it in eHub, and boom, you have accepted its signature and the member, and then you can hit enroll in the plan. Really, really easy. Works fantastic. I myself have tried it out myself. That's how we have these screenshots right here. It's probably one of my favorite ways of taking a signature. Like I said, this just came out in March, so it's really, really new to us. And the last slide that I'm going to leave on today is tips and tricks. These are the questions that I most get from agents, agencies, and all our partners out in the Medicare supplement market. The first one that I want to say is the first year commissions are 12 months in advance. And then after that, they will switch to month at 0% interest. Applications can only be submitted 3 months before the effective date. Listen, we completely understand that is a pain in the butt. It is something we're working on. We really want to switch it to 6 or 9 months. We're working internally with our MedSub team to kind of figure that out. Applications have to start at the first of the month. We do have standard versus preferred rates, and that is going to be based on tobacco and also whether or not they have Medicare coverage prior to 65. If you answer yes to an underwriting question, that does not decline you for coverage. I want you to really pay attention to that. If you have a member and they answer yes to a MedSub underwriting question, that doesn't mean that's a denial. Continue to move forward with your application. Rates will not increase more than once in a 12-month period. The initial ACH payment is going to be drafted when the coverage becomes effective. And then after that, it really gets paid between the 2nd and the 7th of the month. I will tell you though, if you're sending in a paper check, we do have to cash that right away due to legal reasons. If someone chooses a coupon book, it comes with monthly payments, but if they want to pay yearly or quarterly, they can just rip out the coupons and send that in with their check. You do have to have a Medicare number to be able to start an application. Again, we know that that's a pain point. It's something we're working on. We understand that we're enrolling people that are 6 or 9 months prior to Medicare eligibility, and we should be able to do so with just a Social Security number. We're working on it. As soon as it's up and running, we'll let you know. Rates for us are set up by county instead of zip code. It just makes it so much easier to be able to read that out. And if your member has a birthday during the month, your policy becomes effective, you're going to up the age. So let's say that I'm 65, I'm going to turn 66 in May, and my Medicare supplement is going to affect May 1st. I would be a 66-year-old female rate, not a 65. And like I've already mentioned, please make sure you use our resources. We have the underwriting guide. We have the agent field guide. You also have your upline, and you have Chris and myself as well. So if we can help with anything at all, reach out, let us know. We'd love to be able to help. I think I got a question here. One of the questions is, for the denial of subs, is it better for the client to call UW or wait for the letter? No, just have the client go ahead and call that underwriting number that I had up before. If you need it again, I can go ahead and go back a couple pages here. You don't have to wait for the letter. What the letter essentially says is, hey, you've been denied. If you have any questions, go ahead and call this number. I'm going to tell you right now, I work the Medicare. I've worked pretty much with every single product in the Medicare market, ancillary product, MA, Med Sup. I'm seeing a lot of denials coming through on Med Sup for things that are not correct, right? Especially for maybe members that have been seeing their PCPs a lot. So make sure that if your member does get denied and they strongly feel like that is incorrect, they need to be calling that underwriting number and making sure that their medical records are correct for what's actually happening for them. Okay? All right. And with that, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Please remember, if I can be of any help, reach out to me. I'm going to throw my number, my email right in the chat, and I'll send it back to you, Chris. Thank you.
Awesome. So hopefully you have just seen just part of the awesome team Humana that we have, that we support you with, and the excellence that we have as well. So again, the partnership is only as good as you are connected to it. So definitely keep in touch with us. We answer our phones. We are here to help grow your business. When you succeed, we succeed with you as well. So again, thank you for this time, and we turn it back in the hands of Christy.
Yes, thank you. Great presentation. And I just typed it on the chat, but everybody know this was recorded. You can watch it in our training library. After an hour, it'll be up and running. So thank you so much, you two. Great job. Really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Happy Monday, everyone.
Bye-bye.